was his name, okay? He was born the 8th of February of 1933 in a little town in Brillion, Wisconsin. And I don't know if any of you know, but have you heard of the lawn equipment called Aaron's? It's painted orange. They build snow blowers and lawnmowers. My dad worked for them for many, many years. He retired from there, actually. So that's where he was born and raised. And everybody here locally know my dad as Pops, okay? And everybody called him Pops. And his last name is different than mine because he was actually my stepdad, okay? And he came into my life when I was about 9 years old, is when he married my mom. And he's the only person I knew as my dad. He was very good to me. I'm very grateful that I had him. And I treated him just like he was my father, you know? And he treated me just like I was his son. And so he was the youngest of 9 siblings. And that's how if I was to call back home right now and put out an announcement that Kenneth Schmieder passed away, they would be like, who's that? They wouldn't even really know who he was, because back there everybody knew him as Babe. So when he first came over here, people would come up and say, hey, what's your name? He said, I'm Babe. And a lot of these, the local style is like, whoa, I ain't gonna call you Babe, you know what I mean? And I totally got it, you know what I mean? So I told him, okay, we're gonna change it up, Pops. You're gonna be Pops now, okay? He said, okay. So that's how that became to be. You know, he, over here he was known as Pops, but back home everybody knows him as Babe, because he was the baby of the family, and that's what's given his nickname. And it stuck with him through his whole life. Let's see. My dad joined the Army in 1952 after he graduated, so he was a veteran. And he got out in 61. He spent 9 years in the Army. He did 3 years in Texas, 3 years in Japan, and 3 years in Germany. He was kind of one of those rascal kind of guys when he was in the military, because I look at his DD, and we used to talk about it a little bit, but he really didn't want to go there a lot, because I'd say, hey, Dad, how'd you do? He said, well, you know what, the Army, I had a lot of fun, is what how he put it to me, right? Because I looked at his DD-214 after 9 years. I think he got out as an E4, you know, which is kind of bad. But he had a wonderful time, though. He wasn't a troublemaker. He didn't break the rules, he said, but he bent them really badly. And that's why he got out as an E4. But he had a blast, you know. Like I said, then in 11th of December of 1965 is when he married my mom. And it was in 2010, I went up there because my mom had passed away, and picked him up and brought him back here to live with me. So this September, he would have been living with Nani and I for 12 years. So, yeah, but I was real glad and happy that he decided to come back here and live with me. And, you know, he got to meet you folks, and, you know, you guys were really, really special to him. You know, he really enjoyed his life out here, and he had many, many years of happiness. And I have people from back home that call me throughout the years and tell me, you know, Mike, it was so nice that you brought him out here, because he's so happy out there. And, you know, they don't think that he wouldn't even live this long if he would have been in Wisconsin, you know, because of the cold up there and the loneliness. So I'm very grateful that he came and decided to come and live with us, you know, so it was real nice. But, yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, you know, for him. And but I'm gonna definitely miss him. It was a lot of fun with him over here. You know, you know, he was like Mr. Aloha around here. He waved to everybody. There's people that still, they say when they drive by, they just automatically wave, because, you know, he was just part of that, you know. But I'm very grateful for that, and very thankful for my dad, and I'm gonna miss him. And what I'm gonna do is, in a little bit, I'm gonna take my dad for a ride in the 52, and then I'm going to meet at the harbor, and the Swift family is going to take us out. And I want to give a special thanks to his grandchildren, which is my daughter Nicole, my nephew Ryan, my son Chris, and their special friend Brianne, right over here, that came in. My daughter came from Maryland to be here for this, and my children came from Wisconsin to be over here for this. So I'm very grateful for that. So I'm gonna, when we go out to sea, I'm gonna have them jump in the water with their papa and spread his ashes, and we're gonna live stream it And what I'm going to do is, as soon as I wrap up here, I'm going to have Ron come back up.
Pops
Put
right.
him by the window so everybody can see him. Here we
Say
go.
aloha, Pops.
Right on.
Right on. This is beautiful.
The beginning of time and space on this earth.
And then that inside one is dissolvable, and then you're going to see he'll start to dissipate. Okay, but bring this one back.
Now I'm flying in the sky in space. Iliva Alani, my double home.
Heavenly Father, be with us right now. Celebration of life for Pops. Save us a seat, Pops. Love you. God bless. Love you, Pops. In Jesus' name.
Love you, Pops.
I am stars are looking down on me.
Aloha, oi, Pops.
Fire flies through the sky, through the ocean, through the sea.
Mike, how you feeling?
Oh, yeah. Mixed emotions right now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. What a beautiful
Life.
Yeah.
The circle of life, huh?
Yeah.
Love you. Love you guys. I'm so glad I was here.